Hello, Big Willie back, doing another one of these videos because I just love doing them, to tell you the truth. Alright, there's been some misconceptions out there that I want to clear up. Alright, people think that I'm only worried about myself. When I'm talking about Obamacare and Obamonomics not doing anything for me or my family, I'm not just talking for myself and my family. I'm talking for the entire demographic of people that me and my family fit into. There's millions of us out there that feel the same way I do and live the same way I do. And we're the ones that needed to stand up and speak out because we're the ones that this all affects. Alright, it's been implied by more than one person that I'm dependent on the government. If I was dependent on the government, wouldn't I be all for Hillary Clinton? Because this is what she wants, in my view. She wants us all to be dependent on the government and dependent on the 3% and the big corporations. I know that working for a big corporation has its benefits, and if that's how you want to live your life, that makes you happy, I'm all for it. Go for it. I would like to find a great job like that I loved, but not all of us do. Alright. I'm talking about people like me who aren't interested in having the government support us, and we don't want everything to work around the big government, and we don't want everything to work around the big corporations and the 3% of the billionaires out there. Alright. I've got some numbers so I can back up what I'm talking about. Okay, when I'm talking about Obamonomics and Obamacare, the first thing I'm going to tell you about is health insurance. Alright, the average working man and woman make $400 to $800 a week maybe. Alright, so that's to say $500. Say both a husband and wife are working, so that's $1,000 income a week, $4,000 a month. The average health insurance for a husband and wife and 3 kids runs $20,000 a year. This is $1,666 a month, or $416 a week. How are we going to afford this? You know, let me see. Alright. Besides this, the other thing that I don't like about Obamonomics is the American dream is to own your own small business. And small businesses cannot afford to pay the insurance on the people. They still have to pay, under Obamacare, they have to pay insurance on their full-time employees. This is why a lot of people in businesses do not have full-time employees, and a working man like me can't get over 36 hours a week because then they have to pay the health insurance benefits on us. That's $20,000 per employee. Alright, this helps me if I'm working full-time because that breaks it down to me only having to pay $5,000 a year, and that's affordable. That breaks all down to $100 a week off the paycheck. But how are you going to stay in business? Like, there's no way you can afford to do that. The other thing is the taxes on personal services. If you own a small business or you do personal services, the flat rate for taxes is 35% of your income. This is why America is going down, because we can't afford to own our own small businesses. Bigger businesses can't afford to keep us on as full-time employees, and it's all just going down the drain. And this is all what Hillary Clinton is for. She wants all these things that I'm talking about. The other thing with the owning of small businesses is the trade. We can't afford to compete with a country who can make whatever we want to manufacture for 33 cents on a dollar. Everybody would love to own their own small business where they make some kind of product right here and employ people of their town or city or village and have community like it used to be. Back in the 80s, it was such a beautiful place to live in Boonville, New York, because you had Ethan Allen. A place like Ethan Allen, I don't know why they closed, to tell you the truth, but a place like that now can't compete because everything I just told you. Alright, it's really killing the American dream. The American dream right now is kind of dead. Now, I know that voting for Donald Trump and him becoming president isn't going to be a quick fix. There's a lot of things that I don't like about Donald Trump, like I don't know if he believes in science. I truly believe in science. I believe that there is global warming. Alright, I believe that there is alternative ways of fueling our environment in, like, wind. You know, you can energize the whole earth by wind and sun. I think that we should try to get more involved in doing that. I have family that is in the coal mining business. I don't want to disrespect you guys. A job is a job, I know. But we also do have to look at our environment. That's one of the things I do like about Hillary Clinton, if she's telling the truth, because you can never tell if she is telling the truth. And I don't really agree with Donald Trump on. Alright? I want to talk about Gary Johnson. I love this. I hope that he really is a pothead and he's not just saying that to get votes and votes and votes. But Gary Johnson's a great guy. There's a lot of things that I agree with him on. Like, he says that alcohol is a more dangerous drug than marijuana. Amen. His views on abortion. Alright, now I am a pro-choice person, but I'm a man, so I believe the woman should have the choice. She's the one that's going to carry it. If there's not a good reason to get an abortion, you shouldn't have had sex. But I've got 2 daughters, and I've had this whole thing. One of them's pregnant, one of them's had 2 kids, and I would never, ever, ever say, I think you should think about an abortion. That's just my opinion. But I am a man, so I'm going to leave that to the females to discuss, and that's why I like Gary Johnson, because he's leaving the choice up to the woman. Other thing I like about him is he's not for big government. He wants the states to govern themselves. Alright. The thing that I don't like about Gary Johnson is he wants to cut federal spending by 43%, and he wants to cut this on schools, healthcare, and military. These 3 things are some of the things that I like most about Trump. So for me to vote for Gary Johnson would be hypocritical of myself. And my biggest concern, my biggest beef with this whole political year is the what is the word? The thing that I don't like about this whole year in politics is it's a hypocritical year. And you people that are now saying that you're pro-Hillary, I never hear anything about what she does good. All I hear about is Donald Trump is a racist, Donald Trump's an asshole, Donald Trump says mean things, Donald this, Donald that. Never Hillary is going to do this for us. Hillary is going to be great for us. I don't hear that. And the hypocritical things that you guys are saying and Hillary's saying are crazy. You can't trust Donald Trump with a nuclear bomb, you're saying. But then when any issues come up about war or anything like that with Hillary Clinton, it takes an act of Congress for war. Like, for Donald Trump, he can just push a button and nuke whoever he wants. It doesn't take an act of Congress. There's only one button. There's no codes. It's the same for both of them. Hillary Clinton, her idea for this war that we got going on overseas with ISIS is air attacks, dropping bombs. And then he said, I mean, it's hypocritical. And then Donald Trump says bad things about people. Well, listen to the interview that Hillary Clinton did back in the 80s about her first ever case where she got a rapist off, and she's laughing and talking about this 12-year-old girl, saying that she was the predator in it. and laughing about it, saying that she doesn't believe in the lie detector test now because the guy that she was defending passed the lie detector test. I mean, this is hypocritical. That's horrible to say. But you don't say anything about her. But Donald Trump says, I think all Muslims should stay over in Syria. Or he says something about our veterans, or he says something. That's Donald Trump. That's one of the things I do like about him, is he was not trained to be politically correct. Alright, what it boils down to, really, this year, is either you're happy with the direction that America's going. You're happy with President Obama, which I gotta respect him. He was our first black president, great thing in history. You know, if Hillary Clinton becomes president, great thing in history. Our first ever woman president, if you call her a woman. But either you're happy with that, you're happy with America becoming a big corporation, and you're happy with 10% of the people making the money, and us getting the crumbs, us getting the food stamps, you know. If we're not making enough, we get Medicaid. Or you're not happy with it, and you want to see things change. And this year, things actually can change. You know, either you don't want somebody in there intervening in the government, or you do. You know, I want Donald Trump to go in there and run interference for us. Some people don't want any interference in the government. You know, I'm not going to say anything about the Second Amendment, because my views might not go with other people's views, and I really don't know my views. I know one thing: I would never personally own a 50 millimeter AK-47, but whatever. I think the Second Amendment, that was written for people with finger handguns, but I'm not going to even go into all that. I don't want to bomb and nuke people. Alright, this was another misconception of one of the videos that I did. When I said, go in there and take them out, I mean, crash their doors in like we did with Bin Laden. Go in there and take our prisoners of war out of wherever they're being held captive. I'm not saying to nuke them and drop bombs on them, okay? Boom. Just like we did Bin Laden. Go in there. You don't need to warn anybody. You don't need to get permission from anybody. Just do exactly what we did when we went and captured Bin Laden, only to save an American hero, an American soldier. This is what I meant. Alright, I think I've pretty much covered everything.